On a beautiful November day in 2016, I was driving home from my daughter's house, planning to FaceTime with my other daughter living in Japan. Those were good memories. Doing motherly things, enjoying my family, in the middle of God's great blessings. But for the next 30 days, I have no memories. Here's what my family has told me. As I was driving home, the driver of an oncoming car lost control and ran head-on into mine. It took the jaws of life to rescue me, and then a life flight helicopter to get me to the hospital. The doctors say I was able to talk with them when I first arrived. I must have given them my husband's cell phone number. That's how he found out what had happened and where I was. By the time he got there, I was already in surgery. The news had spread to our family and our church friends, and prayers were already flooding God's throne room. That surgery was the first and the most urgent, repairing internal injuries. My spleen was removed, my diaphragm and liver repaired. There were 2 colon resections, and by the time the surgery was completed, the units of blood I received totaled 14. Then the orthopedic team took it to the next stage, repairing a broken foot, ankle, fibula, tibia, femur, hip, elbow, a pelvic fracture, and 3 fractured ribs. My family took turns staying with me day and night as I remained in the trauma ICU. Together they kept a daily journal recording everything from my stats to the drugs I had been given to improvements and setbacks, and even their own personal reflections and encouraging thoughts. What a blessing that's been for me. The prayer circle continued to grow as mama updates were posted on Facebook to keep friends informed. The comments from others gave encouragement and hope to our family as they poured themselves into my healing process. Then there were those in the medical staff who were Christians also praying for us and encouraging the family day by day. One nurse who helped change my bandages told my husband, "When I touch your wife, I don't want her to feel my hands. I want her to feel the hands of God." The Holy Spirit was truly the comforter. The broken bones in my body required more surgeries, and more problems arose. There was an aspiration that caused pneumonia, a stroke from an embolism, and because of the amount of medication I had been given, I just couldn't wake up. After weeks in that state, doctors decided to use dialysis to flush the medications out of my system that were not allowing me to wake up. Each treatment helped me become more aware. Then, after 30 days in trauma ICU, I was transferred to a step-down rehab facility and began to become more and more aware of what had happened in my surroundings. The next step was to another rehab facility where, as my mind continued to clear, I saw the scars, the bandages, and the cast, and began to grasp what amazing grace God had shown to me. There was no doubt God had performed miracle after miracle. 71 days after my first arrival at the hospital, I went home. Still in a wheelchair, with months of therapy ahead, but filled with hope and joy, just realizing how far God had brought me. My song then, today, and forever will be, "To God be the glory, great things He has done."